Very excited. You guys feel limbered up? You ready for one more round of applause? Jason Reitman's in the red chair tonight. Look, the guy makes really good films. The guy makes really good films. They make funny films, he makes thoughtful films, he makes interesting films, and he makes films that find ways to make you laugh and break your heart at the same time. And I think you're going to find that with Labor Day, so I'm excited to have Reitman in the red chair today. We should say this, and I'm sure you've heard by now, but Pete Seeger has passed away. If you've heard it and didn't really know the impact of Pete Seeger, let's just say that there was a moment where the working person had a real vested interest and a real return in their work with a company. That's gone. That's gone. Unions get bashed, they get banned and all that stuff, but there was a time when it really mattered in pop culture, although it matters now, and at the forefront, a pillar, maybe even that real ground floor of it, was Pete Seeger. That was the guy who even go online to YouTube and just find him performing at Farm Aid last year, 94 years old, and still rocking. And the amount of songs that Pete wrote that influenced you, and you don't even know it yet, you know, influenced Bob Dylan. It was just so beautiful. Stephen King on Twitter had a great tweet. Look what he put up. Pete Seeger's organizing the UUA this morning, the Union of United Angels. Beautiful words from the wonderful Stephen King. So good. So, that's one thing. Oh, by the way, happy Data Privacy Day. Did you celebrate? After the show, we're all going dancing. We are all going dancing, that's cool, because we can know that we wake up today and today we are safe in the knowledge that none of our information will ever be taken from us, sold to some unknown company or some country that we don't know about, or in our case of Canada, we just let the Americans come in here and spy on us anyway. But I'm sure the internet will come up as we rock the news of the day. Shall we do the debrief? I don't know if this is just me, but have you ever had one of those mornings where you wake up and you realize, oh, the 2014 Winter Olympics in Sochi, Russia are just next week? It's an amazing feeling, and it's a welcome relief from how I normally wake up, which is bathed in a cold sweat, haunted by the distinct possibility that we are alone in a universe without purpose or meaning, hurtling towards an inevitable collision with some other celestial body and exploding into nothingness for infinity and beyond. So today was a good day. But I can't wait for the Olympics. 10 days out now, right? And if it's still this cold when the Olympics are on, it's going to be record viewership. No one is going to go outside. We're all going to watch TV, watch our daughters and our sons, our sisters and our brothers gain superhuman recognition for a couple of weeks. In the Olympics of life, we like to think we could all win a medal. I could win a medal for functioning on little to no sleep. I could win a gold in the very controversial kale and quinoa by Snackathon. Deep leaning, forward leaning. I would try to be competitive in the vulnerability-encouraging eye contact sport. What would you be good at? We took to the frozen streets.
Sleeping.
Eating.
Drawing.
Violin.
A pierogi eating contest.
Having an awesome hat.
Belly lint.
Play at school.
Shopping.
Beating traffic.
Oh, probably my negotiation skills.
Best dad award.
Some people would argue shopping is a sport.
Being sarcastically witty.
My ridiculously large Eurythmics Annie Lennox collection.
Sitting in the cold and drinking beer.
That's what we would be interested in.
You are all superhuman in our mind here. You are all wonderful. Best dad, by the way, is a great answer. You know what we've learned? When it's 30 below at the wind chill, Torontonians don't like to be stopped to ask questions. They do not. Obviously, we want our athletes to be safe out there. There's lots of talk about the security concerns in Russia, then the media scaring you quite legitimately, maybe with words like Black Widow out there, like some Barbara Hershey character from The Natural. That's an OG reference, by the way. If you know that reference, I'm with you. The NHL has similar concerns. So Deputy Commissioner Bill Daly, good dude, says he doesn't expect that it'll be necessary to keep players home because of security, because they think it's pretty tight. But, and they say this, the league will reassess if a, quote, unreasonably dangerous situation occurs in Russia. That's basically the owner saying, comrade, if things get dicey, we're not going to send all those people out there. These valuable assets, I mean players, to a place where they will depreciate in value. It wasn't an exact quote, but that's what they're going at. And with less than 2 weeks to go, preparations are still coming along, more smoothly in some areas than others because Russia has a bit of a rep for creative business practices. There's a Canadian contractor who blogged about this. It's pretty cool. He was building a ski cross course. They brought him over to Sochi, and then they'd start paying him 10 days later. on the job, 10 days. But the job site and the accommodations were a bit of a disaster. Then they said, oh, change of plans. We're going to pay you 10 days after you return to Canada. Yeah, because that's like saying the check's in the mail, and it's coming from Moscow. So he decided it was a little too sketchy. He pulled out. Well, he pulled out because of that, and of course they invited him to dinner and a movie. The movie was Russia's very popular Western contractor floating face down in a river. People are pretty nervous in the back there. Now to a place that's warm and welcoming to all, even more so than Putin's Russia. A little blue bird just told me that somebody new just joined Twitter.
Someone joined Twitter. Someone joined Twitter. Guess who joined Twitter? You should follow, you should follow, you should follow at
Carol Off, CBC.
Welcome to Twitter, the extraordinary journalist Carol Off. You should absolutely follow her. She's the host of As It Happens on CBC. We were lucky enough to have Carol on the program recently, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it brought us closer together.
Nobody else is here but us right now.
Just us.
So interesting.
Is your husband going to watch this?
No, how can he? We're alone.
That's right. I like that.
Very nice. But I hear laughter.
Yeah, there's other people here, yeah.
Hello.
Simmer down, Lyndon McIntyre. It was her idea. Carol, we're glad you're on because you are incredibly interesting and smart and a wonderful journalist, but you're also really funny, so everybody should follow you. But one should never enter the cyber wilderness without your own hatchet beside you. There are some tips for using the old Twitter machine, some do's and don'ts. Want to do that? Some do's and don'ts? All right. Time for do's and don'ts. Do obsessively favorite tweets from people you want to interview. Do take the time to look up from your phone every now and then. Do use excessive emotions and emoticons when tweeting about everyday annoyances. Don't fall for overblown internet crazes that later prove to have no substance. Don't retweet Donald Trump. Don't follow Donald Trump. Don't activate the Foursquare app. You don't want to let everybody know where you are. And more importantly, you don't want them to let them know that you think you want them to know where you are. Also, don't start any tweet with, I'm not racist, but. Although today I read on Twitter, somebody said, I'm not racist, but I hate clowns. And I thought that was really funny. No spoilers. I mean, I know who shot JFK, but you think I'm going to retweet that? I'm not going to do that. Don't respond to the vitriol in the echo chamber of annoying people who don't like their own life unless you've got a really tasty line that'll just destroy the dude, because those are sweet. Don't, and I cannot stress this enough, do not pick Twitter fights with Mansbridge. He will cut you. All right, you know what? That's your debrief, everybody. Yeah!